Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are you all doing? T0x1x here with a new series of the best spots in which to tactically position yourself in Black Ops 2 part numero uno. Now this is a series that I started back in the Black Ops, skipped over Modern Warfare 3, I don't know why, it just happened, you know, ran out of time, and now we're doing a new series in Black Ops 2 in which I show you cool tactical spots in which you can kind of hang out or just position yourself as you're running around the map. Now these spots are kind of geared towards the lower players, kind of a disclaimer. This is for people that are newer to the game or want to up their game. These are some really good spots, and I think these are places that if you kind of hang out or stop and check your surroundings a lot, these are going to give you a huge advantage because they're just good spots where you can see long sight lines, stuff like that. Things are going to help. So we're going to start off with Aftermath here, and we'll just kind of run through the maps, and this will be a three-part series because there are a lot of spots that I want to show. So obviously the one I was just in, you can sit down and see down that whole long alley there, which is a good spot, especially if your team is weaker right now and the enemy is coming to you. And this is just another spot in the same place. Now most of the action in Aftermath will be happening in the very middle of the map over the course of those that rubble, the broken down building in the middle there. Now these spots in the back are very good because they allow you to see a lot of stuff around you, and I pull a sick 360 there, but they're not really that high kill spot because people generally don't run back there. They're really good if your team is having some trouble, but this is a window. I want to note this real quick. This window right here is a very key spot in this map. When you are forced out of the middle by the other team, you can climb through that window or look down out that window, and that gives you a really big advantage because you're looking down and or up with a strong amount of cover between you and the other person, so you can shoot them where they can't see that much of you, and they're going to require a very accurate shot. Now this is another spot where you can hang out when the other team is coming through. These barriers are going to provide a lot of support for covering your body from bullets, and then you can kind of move up and back and forth in between that tunnel there to get to different sides. Now if they start coming down this way, you can come up to this bus and get in. A warning, however, the bullets do go through this bus like a hot knife through butter, and so you will be shredded should they have the presence of mind to actually shoot through the bus at you. And so you can kind of use this side passage to come around. You can climb up here, and I'm pretty sure you can get into this window. I just absolutely fail and say F it at this point. It was really late at night, and I was like, screw this, I'm not going to try to jump through this window anymore. And you can come up here, and now there's generally going to be someone inside this window. This provides a long sight line down to the right, as well as a sight line into the middle area, where if the other team is streaming through to capture your flag, get to your bomb and search and destroy, whatever the case may be, demolition, this is going to allow you to kind of fend off your area. So naturally, these always end on each map with me just killing myself with C4, so bam, there it goes into the ground, exploded everywhere. So we're gonna quickly move on to cargo here. One of my more favorite maps actually in this game. I do like cargo quite a bit. This has a lot of kind of tactical positions, as I call them. Also sometimes people use them for the evil deed of camping. That is not my fault right now, but these spots are really something that you want to take advantage of, especially in games that are objective based, such as domination, search and destroy, that sort of thing. So up on this top place, you have a really good view of that whole middle part. Now B is right in the middle, so if you run up on top of these two spots, you can really hold down the whole right side of the map with a 1 or 2 person squad, and that's going to allow you to lock down your side and allow your other team to sweep around the other side. Generally what will happen is if you kill someone from those positions, they're going to want to come back and try and get you. So kind of switching in between your positions is a very good spot. Now this is kind of the symmetrical aspect of the map. You've got another spot on this side in which it's really easy to see down into the sight lines as well as into the middle of the map as well. And that's going to allow you from either side, depending on where you spawn, to kind of defend that middle portion. Now this is a spot a lot of people kind of forget about. It's very easy to forget that people can actually lay down up here, and when people come running by, especially from this corner, it's not so much from the side that I'm showing now, but the one previous to this, a lot of people come around there, and when they do, you can shoot them and then go teabag their body, because that's what everyone does, right? I'm pretty sure that's all you do. But this is kind of another strange little spot. I actually didn't know about this one until a little while ago, but you can get back here, and if the other team is punishing you for coming through that building straight ahead of me right now, you can sit back there, and it's very easy to get to those people. Now if you want to, you can go into the building. This building is accessible by both sides, as well as this little up over the forklift deal. You don't actually have to jump that. You can climb up onto the other one just straight off. But this allows for an excellent view of the middle, as well as both of the spots where people can sit, over to the left there and onto the right. So if there's people that are camping there, this allows for you to do that. However, you have to be aware that people can come from both sides behind you, as well as up the stairs from underneath on this side, and that is going to lead to some problems if you don't have the presence of mind. So I don't highly recommend sitting there for a long time. And now suicide must be had. Oh, just got there, and like I was pretty impressed I made that. That was a pretty sick dive, you can't lie. So anyway, we move on to carrier now, and we continue with our tactical discussion of each and every map, and we do a little spin there. I'm not sure what that was for. There are this is a pretty bland map in my opinion. There's not very many huge spots. One of the main ones that I utilize a lot are the airplanes. Now this hump in the middle where the pilot would sit allows you to kind of have some cover while you're laying down or crouching on the airplane, so you're not completely exposed, although these airplanes don't have great angles facing this way. So if the other team is spawning on the far end of the carrier right now, it might be kind of tough to get a good angle on them, as well as to hold yourself underneath a cover point. And so obviously you can lay down inside of this this little cabin here. Very narrow, probably not a great suggestion. However, this is kind of actually a really good spot. A lot of people don't know that you can climb up on top of this, and so once you're up on top, you've got kind of slant to your right and a slant to your left, which allows you to kind of lay into a little depression. It makes it really hard to hit you, and you're gonna have a good view down towards A or C on that side. I'm not sure which flag it is, but that's a good spot. And another spot that's pretty undervalued, I think personally, is this spot. It allows for you to see over everything. Lets you have an angle on this this little platform that I'm going to show you right now, and it allows you to have a view over the B flag, as well as anything on demolition, stuff like that. So that's actually a pretty good spot, kind of exposed, but it gets you that view angle that you need. And so everyone knows about this platform. Basically, I call this the sniper platform, because honestly, everyone with a sniper just hangs out here and shoots down the way. This is a good spot because you can just hang back, and now we're going to suicide. But anyway, I want to keep talking about that. You can kind of hang back with the sniper, shoot, back down it really quickly, up and down to kill people. So at any rate, try that out. That's a good spot. This time we're moving on to drone. As you can see here, we're out deep into the jungle. I keep expecting like velociraptors to come running out of the forest and just attack me every time I'm on this map. I don't know why. That would be awesome if it did, but I'm feeling it's not happening. Anyway, one of the main areas that you can really abuse on this map, I hate to say abuse because I'm showing it to, well, I mean, these spots are obvious. I'm just gonna say that right now. But the way I'm talking about is just kind of a tactical way about using them. So a lot of times on here, it's good to rush up to that spot and or this spot very early in the match, right when the match starts. Especially if you spawn back there, you can get up there and get some quick early kills if you're efficient and you use cover to your advantage. So both ways, this one on the right here that I just ran down allows for you to eliminate anyone running around the backside, as well as if you come over on this side, you can shoot them. That window's kind of hard to see when it's not blown out, so be cautious when you come into this one. This one's a lot more visible and it's a lot easier to see you, so that's something you want to be careful of when you're coming up there. At any rate, you can go across this little bridge then, obviously, and then you get onto this side of the map. And this is going to allow you kind of a small angle. It's not the greatest of angles. The best part is right here, where you can see where everyone's spawning from, and you can generally, if you spawn behind where I am right now, beat the other team up there. And once you have that spot locked down, you can kind of hold it for a while. You just have to be careful of people running through the other side. Now this is a spot that I think is not used nearly enough. This is a spot where you can hang out in between these pillars and backed up against a wall where they can't see you from up there if you're completely crouched down and back down, although they can jump up on top of you. And you can kind of hold your ground there. Hold defend B, or shoot up to the right platform or down the left side. And these windows also allow for that. However, if you're in the windows, you have to be cautious of people coming from either side, because they can really easily sneak up on you and shoot you right in the butthole, and no one likes that. So at any rate, we're pretty much done here with drone, so let's toss down that C4. Oh, glitch. Yeah, everyone likes glitch. Now we're moving on to express. The first thing I want to caution you on this one is you can die by the train. Yes, I'm sure you all figured that out already, but I found it out far too many times, and I keep getting hit by the train. I see the platforms lowering, and I'm like, what's this? Oh, train. And then the train runs me over, and I'm dead. But at any rate, as you saw, that was in one of my videos. But this is kind of one of the main areas on this map. To defend B or defend A or C, you're gonna want to hang out in that area, and you can get snuck up on pretty easily from either side. But if you're cautious and you toss down either a bouncing Betty or a claymore, you can pretty much easily hold your own flag there forever. And if you want to leave one person back to do that, you can do it. Another spot that is actually pretty good, just smash my mic there with my finger, rapid hand movements everywhere, is to come up on top of this kiosk here, and you can aim down that way. Also, you can jump over onto this little tiny circular thing. People don't look here often, I'm going to be honest. If you can rush to here, get up on the kiosk, jump to this early in the game, people are going to be coming from down that little slope there, and you will be able to mow them down. And if no one comes, then you're going to be kind of around behind them, and you can come up through this area and then have a very good angle at B, in which you can just basically shoot everyone on sight. And that will allow your team to capture it and pretty much limit the other team from getting B almost the entire game if you're careful, because once you have the flag, there's so many easy ways to defend it. Here's another easy way to defend B, just hanging out in this train, basically. If you lay down one bouncing Betty, you can essentially defend that part of the train as well as B for almost an infinite amount of time, because it's pretty simple to kill defenders, and if you know where they're coming from, it's also easy. At any rate, you can get up on top of this train. There's a lot of things you can jump onto from the train that will allow you kind of good sight angles. For one, you can jump into this little area, which allows you to see, you know, the left and right sides of the map depending on which way you're looking out of. Now, I don't really think that's a huge advantage. It's kind of a limited sight range, and you're not being able to see B, which is kind of the main point. So you want to come out on top of this train sometimes to check it out. However, you're going to be very exposed. And I was going to wait for the train to come, but then I was like, F it. C4 is just so much more fun anyway. And we move on to Hijacked. Probably my least favorite map in the game. No offense to anyone who likes it. I know there are a lot of people who like it, but I'm not a huge fan of it, and I really don't know what else to say about that. But we're starting in the back here, and basically right now I'm having vivid flashes of memory of just being spawn trapped to a horrific degree. So the main area is right up here. And the thing I don't like about this is it's almost exclusively used for spawn trapping. It is abused and reused by spawn trappers over and over. People come out of the spawn, nail that bullseye right there, right through the swimming ring or whatever it was. But that's pretty much all it's used for. A good time if you can get your team around them, but most of the time it seems like it works against me. At any rate, then there's this whole spot that looks over the entire map. Now this is kind of a decent spot, but there's a lot of ways you can be snuck up onto from behind. There are two entrances in which they can come from, as well as being exposed to the rest of the map. This is a spot that I think is really undervalued, actually. If you're careful and you have a teammate or a Claymore or Bouncing Betty, you can very easily hold down B from here, as well as kill people as they try to run to it. Now, this is going to allow for just a wide view angle and a lot of defense for your flag in the middle and or your bomb or whatever you're defending, you know, whatever game type you play. I think the pretty undervalued spot is in the jacuzzi. I don't see many people in here, and it's easy to get a grenade in here to kill you, but if people aren't using the grenade, you can really hang out in this jacuzzi for a long time and just hold down. You kind of have to back up into the corner and look at their spawn point pretty much, and you're gonna be able to see them, and it's hard to shoot, so you can barely see their head. This is another spot, and this is like a really simple spot, but it's very, very good in domination, specifically domination. B is right there. You can't get a grenade there. You can hang out there. People are always coming trying to get to B, and I've seen people go on insane kill streaks just by kind of hanging out in that spot, and they die and come back. Now that's going to allow you to be a real team player, defending the flag as well as doing other stuff. So this is the symmetrical other side of the boat. You can see down, spawn killing naturally in the spot previously shown. I don't know what I was shooting. Oh, my dead body, I think. Yeah, I accidentally blew myself up earlier. At any rate, we're going to go into the very back of the boat where there's just like a cool pool, and then there's actually these boats down here, which when I've been playing Search and Destroy, sometimes the people go hide in these, and like they're not going to win, but you know, if they're the last person, it's kind of funny to jump down into the boat, and when people come, it's actually tough to see you, and you can kill people from inside the boat. So you know, might want to jump down there sometime and give them the old surprise. And then this is the side passageway in which a lot of people do come, so if you're careful and you kind of hang out here, or especially in the beginning of the game / when the other team is kind of trying to get around to spawn trap you, you can hang out there and shoot them as they come. And then that was the underground passageway. Not much to show underneath there. It's pretty bland. It's just, you know, kind of the generic thing. But at any rate, jumping off into the water, death is just swift in that water. Man, it must be super poisonous. But at any rate, the next part will be coming out soon. Thank you very much for watching. Now remember, these are spots kind of for newer people to the game, so don't hate on it, guys. And I hope I can better your tactical game by just kind of showing you what I think when I run through these maps. So thank you very much for watching. I'm T0x1x, and I'm out.